Welcome back to season 2 of the weekly Jacksonville Jaguars matchup show with Mr. Move Them Chains, Rashad Robinson. Shad,
what's going on, man? How y'all been? Ready for a new season, man. Season ain't go like we wanted to last year at the end, but I think we gonna be a little better this year. I think this season is gonna be exactly what we thought last season was. We got new improved defense. Another year with Trevor in the system. He look a little bigger. I heard he gained 17 pounds. So hopefully this year we can finish out this season and see what we can be at, man.
Absolutely. So Duval County, we're back with the dedicated local show here that we do here on the sports desk to the Jacksonville Jaguars. But before we get started, as always, please be sure to subscribe to the Sports Desk Live. Hit that thumbs up. It just continues to push our channel and our content through this massive sports market here on YouTube. So we want to have some fun too. And there's some guys down here in Duval County trying to make some noise. All right. So we're back for the second season. This is the second season. Thank y'all for all the support last year as we were getting this off and running. But we're back to talk Jaguars football. I am merely a moderator, a co-host here to engineer the conversation with my man, Mr. Move Them Chains. So, Shad, let's get into it. You want to kick off here with the recap of last season as we roll into week 1 as the Jaguars head down to South Florida to take on the Dolphins?
Well, kind of like I said before, the season just didn't end the way we wanted to. The Jaguars last year were not able to stop the run consistently, even though I believe we were 10th in the league defense in rushing. It didn't feel that way. When you were watching these games, when it mattered, teams were able to run. So I think in the offseason, I think Doug and I think Trent went to the offseason and said, hey, we need to get bigger. We need to get bigger. We need to get stronger on this defensive line. And they did it. Starting with getting rid of the old coordinator, bringing in a new coordinator. And I think Ryan Nielsen is the perfect marriage for this defense. The perfect. Especially for Josh Allen and Trayvon Walker. Josh Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker. So that's what they did. They went and revamped this defensive line, drafting Mason Smith, drafting Justin Jefferson, getting Eric Armstead in free agency. And now you have one of the best defensive lines in football. Because last year, Josh Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker led the league as a tandem in sacks. So now you have defensive tackles that actually can put pressure on the quarterback up the middle and get what you need to get. So now, the next thing they had to do was really get explosive playmakers. Last year, when Zay Jones went out, something was going on with this offense. It just didn't look the same. As y'all know, Calvin Ridley is no longer here. We had a bidding war for him. He decided to go to the Tennessee Titans. Good luck being the last place team in the AFC South for your money. But get your money.
Wow.
But the Jaguars had an agenda. They said, we are going to get explosive playmakers for our quarterback, for our second highest paid quarterback in the NFL now. We going to make sure that we get him some weapons. So first round, Brian Thomas Jr. In free agency, you get number 0. What is it? Why am I forgetting my boy's name from Buffalo?
Mr.
Jesus Christ.
Mr. Wow, this is terrible. Sorry about this.
It's terrible. It's terrible. Y'all know who we talking about. You're going to get boy from the Bills. Those are the playmakers that Trevor needs, because the middle of the field never was open for Trevor because we didn't have physical receivers. So you went and got explosive and physical receivers, which is exactly what you needed for this offense. So year 3 in this offense, I really believe Gabe Davis. I'm so sorry, Mr. Gabe Davis. If you decide to see it, trust me.
If you just so happen to see it.
If you do happen to see this, trust me.
We
it's
love
not you. That we forgot your name.
We love
just
you.
A little. It's the first show.
We love you.
But we could not get the ball in the seams in the middle of the field last year because you had shorter and less physical receivers. This year, Gabe Davis, 6'3", Brian Thomas Jr., 6'3", 4'3" receivers, physical receivers, everything that Trevor Lawrence needs. So this year, we'll really be able to figure out exactly how we can unlock an MVP type, definitely Pro Bowl type season out of Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I agree with all that. The Jaguars just needed to get a little bit tougher in the offseason. The finesse offense that was being ran early on, it just got caught up. I mean, it caught up to the Jaguars. That's what happened. You get to a point where the physicality, the only physical receiver, I mean, Ridley can hang with him, and then you had Ingram at tight end. But outside of that, I mean, if you got your hands on a Jaguars receiver or a running back, I mean, it's over.
Done.
It's over. The offensive line, or we're not even going to get into some of the horrific footage that's out there about the Jaguars O-line last year. But this offense kind of chugged along to get to a, what was it, 8-3, 9-3 start?
8-3 start.
Before the injuries really started to pile on. But I think the consensus from all those who cover the Jaguars and watch Jaguar games, because the Jaguars were spotlighted. Monday night, Cincinnati. Sunday night versus Baltimore. The world champion Chiefs came into town early on in the season. The Jaguars were featured quite a bit. And when the opportunity was there for the Jaguars to kind of send themselves into that upper echelon of the AFC, it just didn't work out last year. And injuries had a lot to do with that. But I also believe toughness. How tough is this team going to be? I love the additions of Armstead. I think Josh Hines Allen is going to continue to build. And this is going to be the year for, look at me forgetting names, Walker. This is going to be the year. He's going to have a breakout year. Now, I'm not taking him back what he did last year because I think he's been stepping up. But this is the year I think he absolutely booms for this defense. So excited about what the Jaguars are going to do, what they've done in the offseason. But I look to see a more tougher, grittier, strong Jacksonville Jaguar team. And when the chips are down, when the games are in the balance, I want to see them prevail. That's how you know you got that pedigree going. And a lot's riding on Doug Peterson. A lot is riding on the newly second highest paid QB, Trevor Lawrence. This is the year, Jacksonville. This is the year. All right, Rashad, let's go ahead and transition over into the matchup. The Jacksonville Jaguars head down to South Florida to take on the Miami Dolphins, led by Tua Tagovailoa, and one of the more genius head coaches in all of football, especially on the offensive side, if you ask me, and Mike McDaniel. So, Rashad, kick us off. What we talking about? Jags, Dolphins, Miami. What we doing?
Listen, key matchup on offense for this game is Trevor Lawrence versus the Dolphins secondary. We don't know if Jalen Ramsey is going to play this week. But even if Jalen Ramsey plays this week, that secondary was already bad last year. They lost Xavier Howard, which Xavier Howard was at the back end of his career.
Yes.
But this was a perennial Pro Bowl cornerback, and they struggled last year.
Right.
Their defensive line lost Christian Wilkins to the Las Vegas Raiders. Mm-hmm. This was one of the best defensive tackles in football. Right. So your defensive line is going to struggle. Your secondary is struggling. Javon Holland is one of the best safeties in the NFL. I will give them that. But besides that, what do you have? Rookies, unproven guys. They went and got one guy who was just, I think he was a first-round pick at one time, but he's just a guy. And with this explosive offense that the Jaguars have, there's no way that you just go stop Jacksonville with an okay secondary. It's not going to happen. So the key matchup for this game has to be Trevor Lawrence dissecting and keeping up with what's on that other side, making sure you keeping them off the field, making sure you stand above the chains, getting first downs when you can, making sure that if it's 3rd and 5, you got to convert that. You cannot keep giving the ball back to the Dolphins consistently because we already know what's on that other side. So, Trevor Lawrence versus the Dolphins secondary is definitely the key matchup for this game.
Yeah, a lot of injuries for the Dolphins. A lot of injuries,
Yes.
but according to YahooSports.com, most of the players who are doubtful are going to play, including Jalen Ramsey. So I expected, everybody's dealing with a little bit of something coming out of training camp. But according to YahooSports.com, currently at the recording of this show, it seems like the Dolphins players who are a little hobbled will give it a go. Speaking of Jalen Ramsey, he just got some money today. All right, reset the cornerback market, $73 million extension. God bless him. That's his third bag since he's been in the league as a corner, man. So just salute to him for that. Now back to the game.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Don't get me wrong. I think this is going to be a track meet. I think Mike McDaniel knows that his defense is hobbled. So you're going to have to counteract what Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguar offense is going to do. I really like this offense from Jacksonville. They seem to be really well balanced. This is going to be a big year for Tank as well at the running back position.
Yes.
I think he showed some flashes, a lot of flashes actually in preseason, to see that he's got a hold on the NFL game, the pace of the game, the speed of the game, the holes he has to get in and get out to be an assistance to ETN and to keep that Jaguars offense moving. ETN cannot bear the load this year. I just don't think he can bear the load. He was very heavily used in the first half of the season, and he just simply wore down. So this is on Trevor Lawrence. Command of the offensive line, command of the play calling. This is the year that we are all here in Jacksonville expecting Trevor to be the absolute boss.
Yeah.
He's the boss on the field. He's getting the plays, whatever they are, and he is the one pushing the pace for this offense. He's fully capable of doing so. So I agree with you. You got to convert 2nd and 3, 3rd and 5. When you're in the red zone, by God, do you got to score touchdowns?
Yes.
You have the weapons that have the height, with 6'3", 6'4", 6'3" receivers and tight ends. You have the speed on the outside with the running backs, and then Trevor is mobile himself. So we have to cash in when you're in the red zone. How many drives did we see last year where we were just kind of like, oh my God, not again. Another field goal. And then our field goal kicker went south. He's no longer with the team, but then he went south.
Yeah.
You got to convert. So I'm with you, Shad. Trevor Lawrence, we're all expecting to see on the road, formidable opponent, high frequency offense in Miami. Can you go bow for bow, first down for first down, score for score? Because I know Mike McDaniel got something for this Jaguar defense.
Oh,
I know
my goodness. And you have an upgrade at center finally with Mitch Morse, which is going to make this offensive line come together even more, because you had a real liability at center last year, and now you don't. So I'm excited to see what Mitch Morse brings to this offense, and I'm excited to see how this offense looks more evolved with Trevor Lawrence in his 3rd year in the offense.
Absolutely. All right, Shad, what we got, man, for the key matchup on defense?
Ooh, the key matchup on defense is the Jaguars defensive line, which is going to be one of the best in the NFL, versus a horrid offensive line for the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
They don't even know what guys are playing. I've listened to like 5 or 6 different Dolphins podcasts this week. They don't even know what guys are playing. They don't know if their center Williams is going to play. If he does play, he might play guard. Then the guard may play tackle. They don't know what's going on. It is a mess down there on that offensive line. And if my belief is that we're going to be one of the best defensive lines in football, this is how you stop this offense. Because last year, the Dolphins only beat one team with a winning record. I'm sorry, D. It was your Dallas Cowboys. And they barely beat them.
It's okay.
Barely.
Go Jags.
Any team that gets physical with the Miami Dolphins, they can't handle it.
Right.
Because they have a philosophy that the trenches don't matter. But in every big game against a formidable opponent last year, they got reminded that the trenches are the only thing that matters.
Yes.
So this Jaguar defensive line versus this offensive line, if you are getting Tua off of his spot, if you are making sure that he's going to throw the ball fast, but if you're making sure that you're forcing him to throw the ball out, those tips, those overthrows, they're going to happen. Tua's not a big guy. So if you are dominating on the defensive line, you can disrupt everything on their offense, everything. So Josh Hines Allen, Trayvon Walker, y'all are going to be the keys to this game. And welcome Eric Armstead to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Make
Mr.
your presence
Armstead.
known. Make your
Mr.
presence
Armstead.
known. The number one thing that the Jacksonville Jaguars have to do in this game is stop the run, though. If they don't stop the run, it will be a long day. It will be a track meet if they don't stop the run. Because that run is super explosive for the Dolphins, and you already have to deal with Tyreek Hill and Waddle. So if you can eliminate one thing that they cannot do throughout the game and make them one-dimensional, now when you're coming up the field, you're coming up the field to get to it. You're not worried about, okay, is one of the running backs go sneak out, and you're not worried about that because you're stopping it. So stop the run first. Worry about that. We already know they can score in one play. If they do that, great. But stop that run. See what you can do. Key matchup, Jags defensive line versus that offensive line.
Mike McDaniel is going to have something for this Jaguars defense. And to me, he is the only coach, no disrespect to any other offensive gurus, but he's really a mastermind here. And I know that he knows the strong points of this defense, and he knows the weak points of this defense. But here's what makes the Miami Dolphins offense so dangerous. They keep you unbalanced for 4 quarters.
Yeah.
They literally keep you unbalanced for 4 quarters because this man can have somebody in the pistol. He can have Tua in the pistol, and it look like he might be running 2 outs in the end, and then your running back end up getting the ball, and now you got the whole middle of the field wide open, and now you're like, well, how the hell he got up for 23 yards? Then he can put you in the shotgun and have trips right, and then make you believe that he's going to give you a quick pitch outside the screen. No, he's going the other way, Tyreek Hill up the field.
Yeah.
He's going to keep this Jaguars defense on his toes. But like Rashad said, how do you get this under control? You have to hit Tua in the mouth.
Yep.
Tua has to feel the pressure. He has to see hands and helmets and biceps in his face to get him uncomfortable early.
Yes.
If they can get him uncomfortable early, then the Jaguars can really set the tone on defense and ride that out. In my opinion, to a really I ain't gonna say easy victory, but smooth victory if they can get Tua rattled.
Yes.
If Tua is not rattled early, dear God, now we're in that track meet that I am suspecting. So I'm going to give McDaniels all the respect in the world here, but I love the addition of Armstead. It kind of reminds me when Calais Campbell came down and joined the Jags with that Jacksonville defense. It kind of feels like that. And Armstead is an absolute game wrecker. And somebody get that man a chicken tender sub, why don't you? The man is around here looking for the best subs in the world. Get this man a chicken tender sub from Publix while I'm at it.
Right.
So back to the game. I think the Jaguars have all of the ingredients on defense to make the day rocky for Tua in the offense. But when you have nuclear weapons like Tyreek Hill, Waddle with the speed, it's just how much are you going to be able to keep them at bay?
Yeah.
How much are you going to do so?
Yeah.
So it's a key matchup for sure. Can you get pressure on Tua? We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And the other thing that you have to do on defense is you have to tackle.
Yes.
If you miss a tackle, it's going to be a touchdown.
They're gone.
I mean, it's the most important thing. It's tackling. I almost made that the key matchup on defense. It's just tackling. It doesn't matter about who gets the ball, whether it's a running back or a receiver. If you don't tackle them, they're going 80.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta tackle in this game. Eye discipline is gonna be something. They're gonna give you a whole lot of eye candy. A whole lot. Just read your keys and play defense. Don't worry about none of that.
Mm-hmm.
If whatever your job is on this particular play on defense, play that assignment. And if they outrun you, kudos to them. But don't get with the eye candy. Play your keys. Do what you got to do, because this is going to be the most confusing offense that you play all year long.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Absolute most confusing.
For sure.
Because they do a bunch of foolishness on offense. Of just stuff that we didn't even know you could do on the football field.
No, that's facts.
Yeah. Mike McDaniel is a genius. He's a genius.
Yes,
but
he
he got a soft football team.
Yes, he does.
Real soft.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. All right, Sean, let's move into the overall field of the game. What are we looking like, man?
Listen, you got to start fast. Um, if you don't start fast in this game, you get behind the 8 ball. You start to feel pressure to score. That's not a way that you want to feel. You don't want to feel like you're going score for score with the Dolphins because they can score so fast. And I believe the Jaguars are going to be able to score fast this year too. But it's nothing like the Miami Dolphins. So you gotta be able to start fast. I mean, it's gonna be imperative. Run the ball and control the clock.
Yes.
If you can control the defensive line with your revamped offensive line, and you can keep Tua off the field and keep them feeling like they have to score even faster than what we think they can, the mistakes can come. Tua's mistake prone. He will throw some picks.
He'll throw a pick.
He'll fumble the ball in there. Josh Hines Allen get in there and try to rip that ball out. He's slight. Now, he did gain some weight this year.
He did.
But he's slight. He's slight in that pocket. So when you get to him, hit him hard. I'm not advocating to hurt nobody, but when you get to him, be physical with him.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to run the ball and control the clock. And when you do that, it's going to help your defense out even more.
Yeah.
Bring the boom was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
When you hit them. They don't have no big guys at receiver or running back. Hit them. I need somebody to hit somebody on that first drive.
Yeah, they got to feel
let them know that's what this go be. This go be
all
a
day.
physical game.
All day long.
Be a physical game all day long. Those are some of the things. Listen, we had a clear message from Rashad Khan about this season. Rashad say, listen, we got to win this year. I done paid all y'all. I done paid my coaches. I done paid the quarterback. I done paid linebackers and cornerbacks.
Spent money.
I'm spending money on the state. We need to win this year. So
yeah,
these are the things. These are the standards that are being held in Jacksonville now. And I listen. I'm not opposed to that. I need my owner to do that.
Right.
I don't want the Jaguars to get frustrated in this game either. If they have a one play 80-yard, just don't get frustrated. It is what it is. This is what the Miami Dolphins do. They're one of the best teams on offense in the league, probably in the history of the league. We ain't never seen speed like this on offense. So don't get frustrated at all.
Right.
But I still feel like this is a bad matchup for the Miami Dolphins. I feel like this is a terrible matchup for the Miami Dolphins, simply because how physical the Jaguars are, especially on defense, and how physical I think they receivers are. I think the wash is going to be Jalen Ramsey and whoever he's covering, whether it's Gabe Davis or Brian Thomas Jr. But other than that, they're not physical. So I feel like it's a bad matchup. Everything that I've seen, I feel like it's a bad matchup. But those are the things that I feel like are the real keys to this game for the Jaguars.
And going into it, man, I think the Jaguars should win this game. I think the Jaguars will win this game. I think this is a 30 to 24, 30 to 23 type of win for the Jaguars, because I just believe points are going to be scored. Yeah. You're dealing with two hot weather teams. We know what the heat is like. That's what it's going to be like down in Miami. It's going to be a track meet, and I just think Trevor is going to have to look at another really good quarterback in Tua. He got paid this offseason as well, and Trevor's going to have to say, "Hey, you got your money, but I'm better than you."
Yeah,
I'm better, and this is what I'm looking for from Trevor Lawrence. Last year, I was a bit more, coasting it out with Trevor. But this is year 4.
This is year 4.
This is year 4. And you're as seasoned as season can be. You've experienced playoff success and heartbreak. You've experienced being where we were, against Tennessee last year. All you got to do is win and get in there, and that didn't happen. So you've experienced everything here. So what now? Yeah. What now? We need to get back to where we were when we were at Kansas City with a realistic chance of winning that game and going on to an AFC Championship game. So I'm expecting the Jaguars to win this game. I'm going to call it 30 to 23. Jags start the season 1-0 on the road in Miami. What we talking about, Rashad?
I think the Jags win this game 27-20. Okay. but I think they control the game the whole game. But it still be 27-20. I'm not going to disrespect the Dolphins because I know that they can score.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when you're watching the game, it's not going to feel like a 27-20 final. It's going to feel like the Jaguars really dominated this game.
Mm-hmm.
They just were able to score. They're gonna have a couple of drives where they score in 3 plays. You know, but overall, I think the Jags are going to just really do what they want to do on both sides.
Okay.
On both, you're gonna see this defensive line really take over on a third and 7, 3rd and 8. You go see this defensive line. You go say, God, dog, boy. Those are the things that are going to be the difference in this game. But the Dolphins are still going to score. They're going to score.
Okay. All right. 27-20 from Rashad, 30-23 for me. We both got the Jags starting off the season 1-0. So do you want to win some money? Do you want to win some money with the Sports Desk Live? So currently right now, the Miami Dolphins are the 3.5-point favorite on the road. You automatically get 3 points if you're the home team. But I found it interesting that they gave them that half point. They gave them that half point. So the odds are pretty probably down the middle. 44% of the public are going with the Jags plus 3.5. That's what I'm going with. The public also has this game going over 49 points. So the over-under is 49 points in the public. 79% of the public has this game going over. But the money line, that's where I'm a little confused. The money line for the publics, they're going with the Dolphins minus 175. 94% of the public is taking the Dolphins to win this game. So, Shah, what are your thoughts on that?
People don't know what they talk about, and most people don't watch Jacksonville. I don't really think. I think the end of the season really put an overcast on the season that the Jaguars had.
Yeah,
if I can recap this for y'all real quick, the Jaguars were 8-3 on Monday Night Football with a chance to be the number 1 seed. Trevor went down. We had a 3-point lead. They missed the field goal. So let me explain this to you. If McManus makes that field goal, it's like 1:30 left, and the Cincinnati Bengals would have had to score a touchdown to even win the game. Yeah. He missed the field goal. They kicked the field goal. Then they took the game from us in overtime. My point is, this was a good football team. They faltered at the end of the season because of injuries. This team was going to be the number 1 seed, not in September, not in October, in December. Mm-hmm. So the body of work was there. So a lot of people wasn't really paying attention to the Jaguars like that. Trevor was actually having a decent season. The injuries really caught up to him. He started fumbling a lot at the end of the season. He had a couple of fumbles before then. But this was a good team before then. This is a really good team now. They have done everything. I've been as hard as I could on Trent Baalke. Trent Baalke really did what he was supposed to do by beefing up this front on both fronts, getting explosive playmakers. I'll leave y'all with this. Trevor Lawrence has never thrown for 400 yards in a game. Trevor's going to throw for 400 in this game.
Yeah.
He's going to throw for 400. This is going to be his first 400-yard game in his career, and he's going to have a lot of 400-yard games this year. But
I agree.
This is going to be the start of what I feel is a special season for the Jaguars.
Absolutely. Well, we definitely appreciate y'all rocking with us yet again for the second season of the weekly Jacksonville Jaguars matchup show with my man Rashad Robinson, Mr. Mood'em Chains. And we're going to be here each and every week breaking down all the matchups for the Jacksonville Jaguars as we go throughout the season. Everyone has high hopes for week 1. Every team in the NFL, all their fans have massive high hopes for week 1, and that's until you see your team play the very first game, and then you can see what they're all about. So we're hoping for a big-time Jaguars win. So y'all leave y'all comments down below. What do you think, Jaguars, Dolphins? All you Dolphin fans out there who are laughing at our predictions, tell us why. Let us know down below in the comments why you think you guys are going to win the game and what key points that we didn't touch on that you want to bring to the light. And all our Jaguar fans and supporters out there, y'all keep rocking with us, man. Come back each and every week, and we'll be here to give you all the information that you need to get you ready for the game. All right, Shad, any final remarks before we slide?
No, we're welcoming back football. We seen a good game last night. I'm hoping to see a bunch of. Well, we got a good game tonight too.
We do.
Hopefully, and I'm looking forward to the football season, man. This has been a real long off season for me, just because of the way it ended.
Yeah.
But I think we gonna have some fun on this show this year, dude. I think we'll have some real fun.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. Y'all be cool. Y'all be safe. Y'all take care of yourselves. Enjoy your football weekend. Have a blast. Eat food. Drink it a little bit. Enjoy the games. And we'll see you guys back here next week. As who the Jazz got next week?
The Browns and the home opener.
The Browns and the home opener. So we can see you guys back next week as we discuss the Jaguars home opener against the Cleveland Browns. All right, y'all. Duval. Do what you're supposed to do. Support the team. All right. Go Jags.
That's right.